In a shocking turn of events, celebrity crocodile wrangler Matt Wright has been convicted on 2 counts of attempting to obstruct justice, following a month-long trial in the Supreme Court of Darwin. This case has captured public attention, especially given Wright's fame from popular television series like Wild Croc Territory and Outback Wrangler. The charges stemmed from a tragic helicopter crash that took place in 2022 during a crocodile egg-collecting expedition in the remote region of Arnhem Land. The incident resulted in the death of Wright's friend and co-star, Chris Willow Wilson, while the pilot, Sebastian Robinson, suffered life-altering injuries. After careful consideration, the jury reached a unanimous decision, finding Wright guilty of trying to mislead the investigation by providing false information to the police and urging the injured pilot to alter flight records. The courtroom was filled with tension, and there was a palpable gasp from Wright's supporters as the verdict was announced, leaving him visibly deflated in his seat. Interestingly, the jury did not reach a conclusion on a third charge related to allegations that Wright instructed an associate to destroy the helicopter's maintenance records. This charge remains unresolved, and the prosecution now faces the decision of how to proceed. Earlier in the day, the jury informed Acting Justice Alan Blow that they were deadlocked on the third charge, but had reached a verdict on the other 2. Following the announcement of the verdict, just after 1 p.m. on Friday, Wright was granted bail. Expressing his disappointment outside the courtroom, Wright stated, "I'm pretty disappointed in the verdict, and confirmed plans to appeal." He described the situation as a long and arduous battle, emphasizing the emotional toll it has taken on everyone involved. "It's been devastating for everyone involved. It's definitely tough, very tough on the family," he added. While he maintained that the helicopters were always safe, he acknowledged that disconnecting Hobbs meters, devices that track a helicopter's flight hours, is a practice that can occasionally be observed in the industry in the Northern Territory. For Danielle Wilson, the widow of Chris Wilson, the verdict marked a significant moment in what she described as a long and painful journey. She has been present throughout the trial, and outside the court, she reflected on the impact of the tragedy on her family. "We are now approaching the 4th Father's Day that my 2 young sons are facing without their dad," she shared, highlighting the emotional void left by the loss. "Once again, there will be an empty seat at the table, a constant reminder of all that has been taken from us. That is our reality, and it is a pain that we live with every single day. It does not go away." Miss Wilson expressed her respect for the court's decision, noting that the evidence presented clearly indicated a thorough criminal investigation had taken place. "It has been about the conviction of an individual who attempted to pervert the course of justice, and in doing so, denied a complete, thorough, and unimpeded investigation into the crash. An investigation that could have provided my 2 young sons with the answers that they so much deserve," she stated. Zach Chellingworth, speaking on behalf of his brother Sebastian Robinson, also addressed the media outside the court. "Today's verdict brings some closure, but the scars of the defendant's conduct are huge and permanent," he remarked. He poignantly noted the profound loss experienced by Wilson's family and the ongoing grief he carries from losing his friend that fateful day. Danielle Wilson, her boys, and Willow's family lost everything on February 28, 2020. Their lives were shattered, and I carry the immense grief of losing my mate that day, a pain which will never leave me. Chellingworth further elaborated on the relentless trauma faced by the families following the accident, while he himself has had to navigate life with significant injuries, learning to adapt to life in a wheelchair. "Those wounds were made worse by the defendant's cover-up, designed to bury the truth about the crash," he stated. He also mentioned a campaign of lies aimed at tarnishing his reputation and that of his family, which he felt was perpetuated throughout the trial. The jury saw the truth. Detective Senior Sergeant Corey Borton from the NT Police Force praised the jury for their difficult work, stating, "The jury has done a great job and a difficult job. My investigation team has spent 3 years on this case, and achieved the result we did. It's now a matter for appeal, so there's not much more I can say. In a noteworthy comment, Acting Justice Blow explained that while he typically would remand an offender in custody for such serious charges, this case presented a different situation. He noted that the likelihood of an appeal and the existence of a legal question reserved for further decision influenced his decision to grant bail. It would ordinarily be my practice to remand in custody at this stage on an offense of this seriousness and leave it to the defendant to institute an appeal and apply for appeal bail. But this is a different situation, he clarified. In effect, I'm asked to grant appeal bail, and I think that's the preferable course, so bail is enlarged on the same terms and conditions. This case raises many questions about accountability and the lengths individuals might go to in order to evade justice. What are your thoughts on the verdict? Do you believe justice has been served, or do you think there are still unanswered questions? Share your opinions in the comments below.